Hello, everyone, and welcome to our presentation about designing powerful lessons, a multimedia guide for 21st century secondary educators. In our group, we are me, Bahran Veilnara, Sivara Jurakulova, Gulshad Abdullaeva, and Ozadbek Kuliyev. So let's move to our overview. What are we going to learn today? So, firstly, in our overview, we have about effective lesson planning with assessment, UDL, Bloom's taxonomy, and digital pedagogy. Well, welcome everyone to our first module that's about foundations of effective lesson planning. In this session, we will explore how to create well-structured lesson plans by aligning learning objectives, assessments, and engaging activities. I'll guide you through practical strategies you can apply directly in your teaching to make lessons more targeted, inclusive, and impactful. So, to begin with, let's discuss what makes a lesson plan effective. Well, first, we need clear learning objectives. What exactly do we want our students to know or do by the end of the lesson? Second, we ensure that our assessments are aligned with these objectives. If we want students to analyze, we need an assessment that measures that skill, not just memorization. Next, we design engaging activities that help students build the knowledge or skill step by step. And lastly, we must ensure flexibility in our plan. So it meets the diverse needs of learners, whether they need additional support or extended challenges. One more thing, effective lesson planning is about designing meaningful learning experiences, not just delivering content. And here we go. One of the best ways to write strong learning objectives is by using the SMART framework. Well, SMART, it stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So you should be clear about what the students will learn. The objective should be something you can assess. Ensure the goal is realistic given students' abilities. Align the objective with your curriculum and students' needs. Set a time frame for when the objective should be achieved. Then, now let's talk about aligning assessments with objectives. Here is a simple way to think about it. If your objective is for students to define key terms, a quiz or flashcards work well. If they need to apply a method, then hands-on activities or worksheets are better. To analyze a problem, you or a problem-solving task. And if the objective is to evaluate or critique, activities like debates, essays, or presentations are more appropriate. This alignment ensures that what you are teaching, what students are what students are practicing, and what you're assessing are all connected. It makes learning more coherent and purposeful. So that was about lesson planning, and now let's move to Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy is a hierarchical model that classifies learning objectives into 6 levels of cognitive complexity. These levels guide teachers in designing learning tasks that progressively develop students' thinking skills, from basic recall to advanced creation. As we can see in this visual, the taxonomy starts with the most basic level, remember, which is about recalling facts and information. Next is understand, where students interpret and summarize ideas. Then comes apply, where learners use the knowledge in new situations. Higher up, we have analyze, where students examine relationships and break concepts into parts. Evaluate follows, asking students to make judgments based on criteria. Finally, at the top of the hierarchy is create. This is where students produce original work or ideas combining elements in new ways. By using this taxonomy, teachers can ensure that their lessons develop a range of thinking skills, from simple to complex. Next page, please. To reinforce this framework, here we see the 6 levels of cognitive complexity again, presented simply as remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. They show a progression, moving from foundational knowledge to higher order thinking. No, don't move, please. So, at the remember stage, students might recall key facts about global warming. Yet understand they might explain the causes. Apply could involve using data to predict environmental trends. At analyze, students can compare different countries' policies. Evaluate would ask them to judge the effectiveness of these policies. And finally, at create, students might design their own campaign or solution for reducing carbon emissions. This structured progression helps teachers plan lessons that challenge students appropriately and promote deeper learning. Lastly, this pyramid, this slide presents the Bloom's taxonomy pyramid, which visually emphasizes the idea of building up cognitive skills, starting from the base and moving to the top. Each level is paired with actionable verbs to help teachers craft clear learning objectives. For example, for remember, we use verbs like define, list, recall. For understand, verbs like explain, describe, or summarize. To apply includes use, demonstrate, implement, analyze, prompts actions like compare, organize, or differentiate. Evaluate uses verbs such as justify, critique, argue. And for create, verbs include design, construct, and develop. By selecting appropriate verbs, teachers can align activities and assessments with the desired cognitive level. Overall, Bloom's taxonomy is a powerful tool for both planning instruction and assessing students' learning outcomes effectively. Thank you. And next, you can show that, please.
So, Universal Design for Learning, or UDL, is a framework that helps teachers design lessons that work for all students, not just the average learner. It's based on the idea that students learn in different ways, so our lesson should reflect that. Next slide, please. UDL has 3 core principles, and the first is engagement, which means motivating students by offering choices, promoting collaboration, and connecting lessons to their interests. The second is representation. This is about presenting information in multiple ways, like combining text with visuals, videos, or hand-on materials, so every student can access the content. And third is action expression. This means letting students show what they have learned in different ways. Not every student is best at writing. Some might do better at speaking, drawing, or using digital tools. When we plan with these 3 principles in mind, we make learning more inclusive and effective for everyone. Now, let's look at how we can apply UDL in real classrooms using inclusive strategies. One way is by using multiple means of content delivery. That could mean combining videos, printed texts, diagrams, or hands-on activities. This way, students can engage with material in the format that works best for them. We should also give students choice in how they participate and complete assignments. and this increases motivation and builds ownership. Providing supports like graphic organizers, sentence starters, or checklists can help students who need a bit more structure. Assistive technologies such as text-to-speech or audio recorders can help students with special needs access and express their learning. Finally, it's important to use culturally relevant examples and be flexible with grouping so all students feel included and valued. These strategies help create an environment where every learner can thrive. Here is an example of how a teacher adapted a science lesson for a mixed ability classroom using UDL principles. The topic is water cycle. In the original plan, students were expected to read a paragraph and write a summary. But this isn't ideal for students who struggle with reading or writing. So the teacher applied UDL. For engagement, students were given the option to either watch a video or join a small group discussion. This helps accommodate different interests and energy levels. For representation, the content was shown through posters, animations, and real-life photos in addition to the text. This supports visual and English language learners. And for expression, students had options to demonstrate their understanding. They could draw the water cycle, write a short story, or even create a short video explaining it. This kind of lesson is more inclusive because it meets students where they are give us the flexibility to learn and succeed in their own way.
Okay, so it's my part about digital technology, about pedagogy. Okay, as you know, the digital pedagogy plays a quite important role in our education system. It's not just about using technology in the classroom. It's about the rethinking how we teach and how students learn in the digital world. It involves the intentional use of digitals, such as interactive platforms, multimedia resources, and online collaboration tools to enhance learning, not replace it. In the 21st century, all students are digital natives, I think. They create, think, and connect through technology. As educators, we must adapt to their world. Digital pedagogy helps make learning more engaging, inclusive. Second, yeah. It breaks classroom walls and brings the world to our screens. So, but the digital pedagogy also comes with responsibility. I mean, it requires critical thinking, ethical use of digital content, and the digital literacy as well. Teachers must continuously develop their own tech skills and create balance between screen time and real world interaction. The things that we have just discussed with our group mates. In short, digital pedagogy is not the future, it's the present, I think. It's our job to embrace it not as a trend, but as a tool for deeper, more meaningful learning. Um, so yeah, that's it. Thank you for your attention. Shall we finish it?
Yes, just finish.